All right, we are live at the Home Entertainment Show in Long Beach, California. I'm here with Tyler from Next Level Hi-Fi in this amazing room, room 503. So if you're coming down to the show today, you'll want to check this out. But Tyler, what can you tell us about Next Level Hi-Fi?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Brian. Happy to be here. We're in Long Beach, as Brian said. So our store is actually headquartered in Chicagoland. Okay, we're about 30 miles straight west of downtown Chicago, between the two airports. We're a brick and mortar facility. We've got 4 active listening rooms, but what we really specialize in is the ultra high-end 2-channel stuff. So we're really excited to bring you guys some of that stuff from our store and Denmark as well. So the brands we featured here are all from Audio Group Denmark.
Right. You have 3 brands. I'll try to pronounce them correctly. Aavik, Ansuz, and Borresen.
He may be part Danish.
Partially right. So, what can you tell us about each brand and how they're...
These brands really hit home for us. We've been involved with all the brands since the start of them, the launch of the products. And so we've been really excited to help them bring them into the U.S. and their global launch. So Borresen is kind of the one that people seem to recognize the most.
And that's the speaker right here?
That is the speaker.
One of their products, one of many.
Yeah, so Borresen, the name comes from the lead designer with Audio Group Denmark. Audio Group Denmark is the parent company of Aavik, Ansuz, Borresen.
Okay.
And the lead designer for Audio Group Denmark, of course, is Michael Borresen.
Okay.
And Michael Borresen has been working on speaker projects for a long time, very, very well known in the industry. And this one we're excited to show because this is our better of our 2 rooms. We have a better and a best room.
Okay.
And this one kind of hits a nice price point for us. Of course, you get Michael Borresen patented tweeter, that ribbon planar tweeter that extends to maybe 120,000 cycles. We can't even measure how high this tweeter goes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the world's, basically inductance-free, iron-free, free of iron distortion driver. But like at a price point around $12,000, so something we normally don't get from Michael Borresen. So it's kind of fun to show this.
Okay, $12,000 for the Borresen speaker, and then Aavik we have on the rack here.
Yeah,
Aavik. Sorry.
Hey, it's all good, man.
I'm getting there. My Danish.
So let me just move this so I can see it a little bit. Okay, so the Aavik stuff, here we're showing the 180 series. This is a particularly cool piece because it's an integrated amplifier, which you're used to, of course, but it also has a world-class DAC section.
Okay.
So we've got a DAC built into it, and it's 300 watts per channel into 8 ohms.
Wow. Okay.
So if you have a 4-ohm speaker, it doubles too. So you can get 600 watts all in this little box that weighs, I don't know, maybe 20 pounds or something.
Okay.
So
it's a little heavy.
Yeah, so it's a powerful little Danish beast. Below we have the Aavik streamer. The streamer today we're using mostly Tidal and Cobuzz to bring audiophiles what they want to listen to, let them pick some tracks. And then so that's the Aavik line. The room next door, 507, we go up to our top of the line. It uses titanium pieces. It uses copper line chassis. It kind of looks similar, but the guts are quite a bit different.
Yeah, it's my understanding state-of-the-art engineering and all the components here.
Yeah, for sure. Michael leaves no stone unturned. Nothing's done by coincidence. So, like for example, the size of this chassis is all golden ratioed out because it sounds the best. It resonates the best. I can give you some other little tips. Is that he uses these fancy little caps, it looks like, and feet on the bottom of it, all for resonance control.
Okay.
If you want even more performance, you can go to our sister company, which is Ansuz. The last of the 3 companies, and we have these high-end resonance control devices. And these would take ball bearings that we also sell, of course, and then the chassis locks right into.
So they're perfectly matched to the Aavik components.
They are, and Ansuz components too, and Borresen components. So these could actually be used under the feet of the speakers if you want to take performance even further. So you would just put the ball bearings there, and the speakers are set up to lock into this.
And we're talking about acoustic isolation. Is that the idea here?
Yeah, so resonance control. Yeah, so there's resonances all around us. We all know that. And so there's some different ways to handle resonance. What Michael believes is that there's no way to get rid of resonance. So what we work really hard on is controlling resonance. So he uses materials that sound very natural in the world. things like you won't find in Michael's designs aluminum, things that tend to ring, because to him and to the human ear that does stick out. So when he does use metal, it'll be like materials like titanium, because it has a natural, very, very natural resonance to it. And oddly enough, we do a little side science, or Michael does. Your body actually is really favorable to titanium. So if you've ever had surgery or a plate or something like that, your body will accept titanium more than other materials. So he kind of started digging, what is it about titanium that the body doesn't reject and also sounds natural? Turns out it's really expensive, so we got to save it for the other room. But, But so yeah, there's some crazy science with these guys.
So do we want to talk pricing at all, or?
Yeah, we could. We have a range. One thing I do want to talk to you about these darks and these resonance control devices from Ansuz is we showed how they will work under Aavik, Ansuz, and Borresen components. But we have clients that, hey, I really love my awesome Macintosh amp, or I really love my VT, whatever brand you have. And in those cases, you would just not buy the ball bearings, and you'd put these resonance control devices right underneath the chassis. So while we like to use them with Aavik, Ansuz, Borresen, these devices will really increase the performance of any hi-fi. And so we have, and these vary in price and quantity. So they start as low as $400 a resonance device, all the way up to, we have some crazy ones made out of zirconium and titanium.
Is it 400 each one, or
400 each one?
400 each one.
And we have some that are adjustable. So if you need to rake a speaker, if you need to rake a subwoofer, that's what we like to use them for a lot of times. You can put them under racks; they'll accept spikes. So we would, as our store, sometimes clients will say, hey, how much should I spend on a rack? And we really look closely at their budget, because we would rather see them invest in maybe not the most expensive rack, but put darks under every component. Of course, if you can have everything, we tell you go next door and buy the Ansuz racks that have these built in, and then add a layer on top of these. But, so like, for example, we're using a Quadraspire rack with a lot of high-tech resonance control. So that's been neat.
We've got a couple more products over here that are small, but
we just want to show you a few more Ansuz. So the Ansuz stuff's cool because you can tune any system. Again, it doesn't matter. So these are our newest device, and these are called sorts, and they're anti-aerial devices. So these deal with airborne noise. Okay. So we all know we've got Wi-Fi streaming. We've got Bluetooth. We've got cellular signal. There might be a microwave running in the house. All this is airborne noise or pollution trying to get into your electronics. And so what this does is this will cancel out any airborne noise that's trying to make its way into your very nice electronics you invested in. And all you do, we make them in a variety of terminations. This is just the RCA one, but we have them in RJ45 for like Ethernet. We have them in USB, XLR. But all you do is plug them into whatever component you'd like to improve the performance on an unused input or output.
That's pretty amazing. You just plug it into an unused input on the back of your component. You do. And I'm also told you can put more than one to increase the effectiveness. So they're definitely cumulative in performance. I find that, people will often try one because we do charge for them. But a lot of times people right away go to two because they're like, holy man. But we've had, this is a true story, not a sales pitch. Every customer of ours that's bought one of these has bought more than one. So what's really exciting for us at our store is that that they might not have Aavik or Borresen, but it'll work with any electronics. Any of them. Any electronics you want to improve the airiness. Would that be the best way of describing it? So Michael kind of explained it to me this way, and I think it resonates with me in a good way to resonate. Is that it's like, he goes, Tyler, imagine putting your electronics, whether it's an Aavik piece or say, it's a Past Labs. Imagine putting your favorite piece of electronics in a more ideal environment to do its job. And so by taking noise out of it and from entering it, it's able to put what you're paid for in a better place. So, but what our store is really excited is that the reorders, and of course Well, let's talk about your store for a second.
Yeah.
Your store is in Chicago.
Yeah.
And how do they reach you and get a hold of you?
Yeah, of course. So nextlevelhifi.com is a great way to find us. Our contact information is there.
Right.
Our cell phone numbers are there.
Yep.
People have no problem texting us or
Right.
emailing us or
Yeah.
WhatsApping us, so that they'll know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
We make that very easy. But
Okay.
what we specialize in, because the products are so specialty, because we help bring them in from Denmark, because we've kind of helped curated the brands here, is that we'll travel all over the country.
Okay.
So, I would say just in the last couple of months, we've been to Seattle, we've been to Tampa, we've been to Denver. We go wherever our clients need help putting in the stuff, and we're honored to do it. So,
so if you live in the U.S. right now, does everyone who purchases need to come through you right now, or are there other avenues to buy this?
There are other good dealers throughout the U.S. We're just kind of known to be, I think, the specialists. We've been doing it the longest. I do think we have a really great product knowledge.
Right.
So we do, I think, get a lot of referrals from the manufacturers, as well as we have, I think, a pretty strong reputation.
Right.
So.
Well, I think we have one more thing before we go.
One more little Ansuz device we want to share with you guys. So again, the cool thing is, whatever you have for a hi-fi, we would love you to have Aavik, Ansuz, Borresen. But if you don't, we have other things that'll help your system. And this is called a Sparks. And this is, so we talked about mechanical noise, how to deal with mechanical noise.
Right.
We talked about airborne noise, RFI, EMI, or EM fields, airborne noise. Now we're going to talk about noise in the mains, and that's where you plug your system into.
Okay.
And so this device works parallel to the incoming power into your hi-fi.
Okay.
And it identifies noise along the 60 hertz sine wave. So there's peaks and valleys as that sine wave goes up.
This is power line.
Power, yeah. So this is power. And what this creative device is, it sits in line with it so that it monitors the peaks and the valleys, the real acute spikes, and it puts a 180-degree opposite, exactly, an opposite sine on that peak or valley to smooth out the sine.
Gotcha.
It's very important that all of our designs are inductance free, so that we're not adding any resistance into the system.
Right.
Because inductance is really, really bad for your hi-fi.
Right.
So we never want to talk about, in the world of Aavik, Ansuz, Borresen, about power conditioning.
Yep.
We don't talk about power regeneration. We don't talk about filtering, because we feel that all adds, while it lowers the noise floor, the downside to that is you're adding inductance. And inductance is like a little bit of a rubber band pulling back at your speakers. So when your 4.5-inch driver says, hey, I need current, I need it now, I can't wait a split second.
Right.
The more inductance in the system, the slower that reaction time is.
Okay.
So what's great about this is that we deal with noise on the power side, but without inductance.
Okay.
So there's no downside to cleaning up the power when you have these.
Okay.
So you could put these in your power distributor. You could put them in your wall outlets. You could put them throughout your room, and they are cumulative as well. So more is better.
Buy as many as you can. What are we talking price on these right now?
These are $1,200.
$1,200 each. Okay.
So we have a full range. If you have a few extra dollars, you want to invest in your hi-fi, or if you want to go crazy, we're here to help you as well. So.
Right. Well, thank you, Tyler, from Next Level Hi-Fi. If you want to check out Next Level Hi-Fi, Aavik, Ansuz, or Borresen at the Home Entertainment Show, come on down. There's still time left. We're at the Hilton, Long Beach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.